Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. For those who don't know me, I'm Shagun Navada, the founder of shagunnavada.in, which offers online classes and transaction monitoring, anti-money laundering, screening, and various other risk-related roles. So if you know someone who's interested in taking up online classes in anti-money laundering, then they can message me or WhatsApp me or call me on the number which is displayed there, and then we can discuss it further. So in today's video, let us answer a question which came up in my mailbox. So the question is, what was the toughest case you have worked in your career? Yeah. And what were the learnings? So it's a good question actually. See, honestly, all through my career, I never felt that there is a something called as a tough case. Okay. Yes, it was a challenging case, which I'm going to tell you. It was challenging, but I would never say tough. So, for an investigator, the moment you go through the case and you see there are numerous transactions and there are a lot of counterparties involved, and all those counterparties also bank with the same bank as that of your customer, that means you have to review all those counterparties' accounts. So, if you keep that in mind and start working on a case, you will never be able to finish. That means the moment you see the case, you are scared of it. So, the moment you get that fear in your mind, you will never be able to do justice to that case, or even attempt to clear that case. It will be lying in your queue. So no case is tough. Yeah, in fact, if you feel that a particular case is challenging, then I would say that keep all the cases aside, pick up that case first, finish it off, and then move on to the other cases. So that is the uh, logical sequence which you need to follow. So the most challenging case, yes, there was a very challenging case which I worked on. It had numerous transactions, numerous counterparties working with the same, banking with the same bank. Now, of course, as an investigator, when there are funds going to a counterparty who is banking with the same bank, then as an investigator, you're supposed to review the account of that particular counterparty as well. Okay, so there were close to 200 counterparties. Of course, I, as an investigator, had to review all those 200 counterparties and submit write comprehensive reports on all those 200 counterparties and submit suspicious activity report on the ones which are actually suspicious. So in this case, I remember there were 150 accounts which are suspicious, and you have to create 150 cases. Of course, now the rules have changed, so you do not have to submit 150 cases separately. Just one comprehensive case, including the suspicious transactions of all the other counterparties and a summary of what actually happened in their accounts. So those days it was different. I'm talking about somewhere around 2012 or 2011, most probably. So then it was like this report should be read in conjunction with 149 other cases submitted at this time under case reference, and you list down all the 149 case references. And when you're doing with case of the counterparty, you mention the same sentence. This case should be read in conjunction with 149 other cases submitted this time under so and so case references. The only difference between the alerted customer and the counterparty is that in the counterparty narrative, you would mention that this account was brought to their attention because this particular individual has received funds from a main customer, which is a focal customer, and hence this has triggered a review of so and so person's accounts. So yeah, there were 150 accounts which were reviewed by me, and then I had to submit a case on 150 accounts, and it took me about 2 weeks, honestly. It was challenging and it was good experience. In fact, I never felt it was difficult, and I gave myself as a challenge that timeline basically that I have to finish this within 2 weeks, and yes, I was able to do that. See, the learnings, I would say, was a lot of data I was managing, and at times what used to happen is that I used to get into the account of a counterparty which I've already reviewed, and then when the transactions used to look similar, and I used to wonder, have I looked into this account previously? And yes, I did. So waste of time. So whenever you're getting into such case, make sure that you make notes of all the counterparties which you're supposed to review, and once you've reviewed those counterparties, just mark it as reviewed so that you do not get into duplication of your own efforts, and which is time consuming and of no use. The other thing is that in such cases, when you're submitting 150 suspicious activity reports which are connected some way, basically by transactions, now what you're supposed to do is find out a common factor and highlight that common factor in all the other 150 cases. So if you do not do that, what happens is it appears that this 150 SARs are not speaking to each other. They are just independently standing there telling their own story. So a report should not be in that way. When you're giving it to the authorities, they should understand that this is the connection, that is the reason all of these accounts are suspicious. So try and find out common factors. For example, uh, counterparties receive funds from the focal customer and both of them live in the same area. I'm just giving you examples. Or the surname matches and hence they are related to each other. Or they belong to the same ethnic origin as that of our customer. Or any kind of similarity which could connect them together, that should be highlighted. So that is one thing I think is very important. I hope this information was useful to you. And yeah, of course, if you're interested to take up classes, then you have the details listed there. You can get in touch with me. That's it for today. And see you until next time. Take care of yourself. Bye for now.